welcome to my channel. I am now posting videos every Wednesday and Friday, so twice a week. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy these videos, and definitely do me a favor and hit that like button. It would mean so much to me. All right, so today's topic is why I quit teaching. That's right. I'm one of the many people that have now left the field of teaching, and I'm going to share with you just why I did that and how I did that in case you too are a teacher or you are somebody who wants to make a career change. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is talk about why I left my job. I quit my job back June 2021, and as most teachers experienced that year, it was very, very stressful thanks to COVID, the mask, the online learning, all of those added on top of the already huge pressures that teachers deal with on a daily basis. Now, I was a teacher for 9 years at a high school, and then for 4 years after that, I became a teacher specialist. So instead of being in a classroom, I help supported programming all over the district for children that have emotional disabilities, and also I worked with programming for kids with autism, intellectual disabilities, and the common factor where they all had challenging behavioral issues. So my job as a specialist became real stressful because I was thrown into meetings after meetings after meetings of people being angry. Angry for all different reasons. Administrators being upset and frustrated because they felt like their building was unsafe due to a student's behaviors. Parents being angry and frustrated because they felt like their kid didn't matter, or that the building was just trying to get rid of their kid. So I was really navigating all these different angles and just being more like a middleman, trying to help everybody come to a solution that would be the best for the child, because that's who matters the most. But what I found over time was that all the changes that I had hoped to make at a district-wide level were just falling on deaf ears. I was always told that there was not enough money or what couldn't be in the budget, because we could do better. My district could do better in terms of transitioning for students from more restrictive settings to least restrictive settings, and vice versa, in all directions. And not only that, but we could do better in terms of every single building creating a trauma-informed environment. And that was something that was really important to me, and something that I thought I'd be able to help cultivate now that I was a specialist. Well, I found out that I was dead wrong. And I grew really frustrated and tired of that. I really thought that I would have more of a say in creating healthy, happy, safe environments that would support a child's emotional development. What you will find in a lot of buildings are a bunch of adults that end up triggering students into these aggressive reactions that we see when we see kids cursing at adults and, throwing desks or losing their tempers. And not only like that more extreme behavior, but there are a lot of children out there that are suffering and they're silent and they don't tell you that they're suffering. And so I wanted to create more, nurturing environments. And the way to go about that is to teach adults how to be more nurturing. A lot of adults, especially the older ones, have a different mindset towards children, and that they think that, they're the rulers of the school, the adults do, and that children just need to listen, right? And if children don't listen, if children speak up, if children voice their displeasure, some more authoritative adults, that sets them off, and then they're going to write them up, they're going to belittle them, and I just don't think that a lot of adults understand why that's not the best way to do things. I think a lot of adults have kindness, like they care about kids, but they don't understand that the behavior that they are partaking in is actually harmful and causing the situation to escalate instead of de-escalate. So I really had wanted to create a lot of change in that regard. Well, Then fast forward to 2020 and 2021 school year, and I got a new boss. I did. My old boss got a promotion, and I received a new boss. And my new boss just she didn't care about our mental health. She didn't understand that, saying no is okay. So when we would get requests to do different types of trainings from our new director, we got a new director as well, from the superintendent, instead of saying, my specialists are already booked on this day during this training, so we're going to have to push it a week, she would commit us to doing multiple trainings in the same day. Meanwhile, we're also doing our regular position. So IEP meetings still occurring, still having to try to help out our teachers if they needed support. So there would be many times where I was in 3 meetings at once. So please tell me, how in the hell am I effective if I'm in 3 meetings at once? I'm not doing justice by anybody. And that really weighed on my soul, because I have been put here on this earth to be somebody who is helpful and caring and giving of my time and my energy. Like, that is what I thrive doing. I love connecting with people. I love providing support. I love helping people. It's what fuels me. And when I feel like I'm stretched to my limit and I'm not effectively helping anybody, like, that is just the worst feeling. And then on top of that, don't worry, of course, teachers were like, we're not paid very well. So, there's that too. There's just not getting paid the best, which we know comes with the territory. But you add the low pay onto the being pushed to the brink of your abilities. And then on top of that, with COVID, while many teachers were working from home during the time of online instruction, me and my other specialists on my team were still required to go into buildings to provide hands-on training. Something that we would do is called BANT training, and it's only used in certain situations, but we had to provide this training to other teachers so that they could be trained. And in order to provide this training, it requires people to put their hands on you so that you can show them the maneuvers, they can practice the maneuvers, all of that. They didn't care about our safety. They just cared about getting these teachers trained. So like, the teachers had the option to opt out of this training. Obviously, we didn't have the option to not train them. So we had that going on. And then also, when we started talking about gearing back up to bring students back, we had to be the ones to take care of figuring out the supplies that the teachers would need in their classrooms. It was all delivered to one building that we had to go into and distribute the supplies to all of the schools in our district that had our programs. So we had to do that in person. So we've been doing all this behind the scenes stuff all year long, helping to keep programming going. I also left out, back in the summertime when we didn't know until like almost the last minute, if we were returning in person or online. So we had a plan for that. We had to help create plans to give guidance for teachers on how to structure their programs in this situation or that situation and what it may look like. So we were working over the summer in meetings every week. So this burnout was real. And then just pushing the limits of the expectations on us without any concern to our mental or physical safety and well-being. And so then all the teachers, everybody has to come back. Well, we've prepared all the classrooms for the teachers, PPE, how to, space the desk further apart in a way that's color coded and, is easy to understand for the students. Well, our desk didn't have anything. Our office floor didn't have anything. They did nothing to prepare our spaces for when they expected us to all come back. And on our floor, we had, I can't remember the exact number now, but we had like at least 13 people out in the open, all near each other, right? And they put nothing in place for us. So, it's just like compounding things one on top of the other, just leading me to just feeling like, well, I always knew that, we don't really matter that much to the people higher up, but wow, like you're really throwing it in our faces here. Because sure, we have to come back into work and that's okay, but you would think that you would try to create some kind of safety plan to the best of your abilities to look out for your specialists, but that didn't happen. And the big kicker was our district gave everybody bonuses except for a few groups of people, just to thank them for, all of the hard work that they had done. And during this time that was very challenging, and me and my other teacher specialist were not in that group that got the bonus, even though we had been doing everything behind the scenes to try to help support and keep programming going and help support the teachers. And that was really just a bummer. So anyway, there were just so many instances just put right in my face, showing me how little we mattered, and also how much that even though I wanted to create this change for the students in my district, that it just wasn't going to happen, that nobody cared enough, those in position of power, to, direct funding towards things of that nature. They weren't willing to do that. And I realized that I couldn't fit into that system anymore, and I wasn't okay with that. And so that is why I quit. I mean, there was a couple other really crazy things that happened. I believe that when you're supposed to do something and you don't listen to yourself, the universe will continue to present situations. My cat over here stopping by to say hello. The universe will put uncomfortable situations in front of you to push you until you feel so uncomfortable that you feel like you have another option but to finally do the thing you were scared to do. So I had wanted to quit in the past. It wasn't just last year. This had been something on my heart for a while now, but it is a stable job in the sense that how much money you're going to receive every week. You get holidays off. There's good benefits. There's a lot of good positive aspects to teaching. So having a child, being a single mom, it was really scary to make that leap to quit my job. And I just think that all of the things that went down last school year for me all happened because my soul knew that I was meant to quit my job and pursue my own business, but I was too scared to make that leap. And so just different situations kept presenting themselves to finally push me out of my comfort zone to be like, YOLO, forget about it. I'm freaking quitting. So what I want you to know, if you're still listening at this point in the video, is that if you are unhappy in your job and there is another path that you want to pursue, trust yourself and listen to yourself. You don't have to get to a point like I did where the situation just kept getting more and more and more and more uncomfortable to the point where I felt like there was no other option for me but to quit. And because I let things continue to grow and I didn't listen to myself, I was dealing with anxiety, a lot of anxiety. I was dealing with depression again, which is something that I don't really struggle with anymore because I've created much more optimal circumstances in my life to help so that I don't get triggered into a place of depression like I used to when I was younger. I still do, but it's just so much more minimal now. But I started to go kind of backwards into that place again that I used to. And so I realized, you know what? I really need to listen to myself. Like now that I'm having this anxiety every day. I don't want to go to work. It feels awful every single day. It's hard to pep talk myself into going into work. I'm miserable. I'm not even being my perky, happy, like go lucky self. Like this is a sign, Christina, and you need to listen and trust yourself. And so that's what I did. I quit my job in June, just took a leap of faith and went into business for myself. And that's what I do now. I am a transformation coach. I work with men and women. I help them pursue their dreams. I help them learn how to listen and trust themselves. I help them heal after breakups and divorces. It's a big part of what I do because I've been there, I've been through it. I've actually been divorced 2 times. Let me know in the comments below if you want to know anything about that. I will happily share those experiences with you if that resonates with you. And how I quit my job. Ooh, my cat just really wants to be all up in this video today. But how I quit my job was I waited till my contract was up. I decided that I was just going to do it. And I started going full force into my business. I started marketing myself, putting myself out there, coming up with programs that I could offer. I started getting coaching and support, taking programs on how to create a business, programs on how to create a course, programs on all different things. I have my own life coach now. I continue to learn new strategies to support myself as a business owner pretty much every single day. Right now, I'm currently in a yoga teacher training, learning how to teach yoga to children of all ages, mindfulness and social emotional learning for kids of all ages. Because like I hinted at earlier, with that big desire in my heart to teach adults how to help raise and create healthy, happy, safe environments and raise resilient children, I realized that I don't have to try to change the system. Like I don't have to do that, you know? I can just do it outside of the system. I can do it on my own. I don't need to be in the system to change the system. So I decided that I'm going to go outside of the system and create the vision that I have, and I'm going to do this for parents and then hopefully maybe even for teachers in schools. So that is what I did, and that is how I did it. And no, I did not have huge savings, actually like no savings. No, I didn't have like tons of income already coming in. I still don't. I have income coming in, but it's not, of course, what I would love to have, but I'll get there. The more you take the steps, the more you listen to yourself, the more you'll get there too. It will happen for you. You just have to be brave enough to do it. So let me know if any of this resonated with you. Let me know if you want any other types of specific content or stories about being a teacher, or the first couple of months of quitting my job, or how I manifested enough money to be able to support myself while building my business. I'll be happy to share that as well. And I hope you enjoyed the story. And actually, I have another story that I didn't share because we're already almost at 20 minutes in this video. But I have another story about what really tipped my anxiety over the edge. It related to my boss, the new one that I had gotten, and something that happened with her. If you guys are interested in hearing what really just pushed me over the edge, I will create a video around that. So let me know in the comments below. Go get your dreams, go chase them. You deserve it. You deserve to have the life that you desire, and you can have that. You just have to have the faith and trust and belief in yourself that you can do it. So on that note, thank you so much for listening. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. It would mean the world to me. Thank you. Bye.